A lot of young guys who are, watching porn every day, masturbating every day, they turn to NoFap and they try to fix their problems through NoFap. And what NoFap is basically you start on day 0 and you go how many days you can without fapping or watching porn. And if you, let's say 2 weeks into the challenge, you watch some porn and you masturbate, then you're back to day 0 and you start again. They're called your NoFap streaks. The longer you go, the better, obviously. And a lot of people will use this to fix their porn problem. And I agree, porn is a problem, but it's not the problem. And what do I mean by that? I mean that for a lot of young men, porn is not the problem per se. It is the byproduct of the bigger problem or the bigger issue, which is your life. So if you have a bad life, if you struggle with porn, I would say in most cases, it's not because porn is the problem. It's because porn is the byproduct of your life. And if you have a life that's not together, if you are not in a strong relationship with God, if you do not have a strong, healthy relationship with yourself, and you don't love yourself, things aren't going the way you want them to, you haven't achieved what you wanted to achieve in life, then porn will consume your life. But it's not the problem. If you fix your life first, then porn and your porn issues will be fixed. Now, there are some rare cases, I would say, where people do have actually an addiction to porn, because it can be like an addiction, like a drug. So there are some cases like that, but for the most part, it's people who have a bad life and they watch porn and they masturbate to compensate for stuff they're lacking in their real life. Another reason NoFap does not work for a lot of young men is because it sets unrealistic standards in 2 different ways. So there's one way in which it sets unrealistic standards in the way that you're expected to, as a young man, let's say you're 20 years old. You're a 20-year-old man who has been wanking off watching porn almost daily for the past at least 5 years of your life, right? So how do you expect to go from doing it every day for the past 5 years of your life? It's practically a habit, like a lifestyle for you at this point. How do you expect to go from that to completely stopping it for X amount of days? It's unrealistic, and it's not really smart. It's like asking someone who has been biting their nails, or someone who does any bad habit that you can think of, and they've been doing that for the past 5 years of their life, 3 years, even just a year. You've been doing something day in and day out for a year, it becomes habit, and to expect that you're going to break that habit in just a couple of days is unrealistic. That's the first unrealistic standard NoFap has. The other unrealistic standard NoFap has is that NoFap will change your life. You will start levitating once you have gotten on NoFap. That everything will be so much clearer and better. And I will agree that there are some benefits to NoFap. But again, it's not going to do what you think it's going to do. If you truly think that just stop wanking and watching porn will fix all your problems and make your life so much better, then you are dumb. And I don't exactly blame you for that, because you see all the self-improvement guys, all the red pill YouTube guys on YouTube, they say how good NoFap is and how it's changed their life. But if you're not careful and you don't improve the rest of your life, when and while you are improving, reducing your porn and masturbating usage, then you will fall into a hole where you see that I've quit masturbating, I've quit porn, but why is my life not better still? Another thing I don't like about the NoFap movement is that it puts almost porn and masturbating, it puts it on this pedestal, right? It puts it on this, oh, you can't fix your life, or your life is fucked if you do this, right? It's giving porn and masturbating so much power, when in all actuality, you, yourself, and your mind, and how you see the world, and how you perceive things, and how you think of yourself and what you know of yourself is truly what determines your outcome on life. So I don't like how NoFap puts this big old pedestal for porn and masturbating. It says, oh, you can't have a good life unless you quit these things. It's giving it way too much power. Now again, I would agree that quitting masturbating and quitting porn will help you in certain areas. But again, you need to fix your life, and you need to truly figure out what is the root cause of you watching porn and masturbating every day. Unless you have a actual illness in your mind where you are addicted, truly addicted to porn like a drug, then you need to figure out why you are masturbating and watching porn so much. A lot of the times it's just because you're filling up a void, or you're numbing yourself from something else in your life. And that's what you need to figure out. One last thing I don't like about NoFap is that it doesn't differentiate between masturbating and porn. It's just NoFap. And that means both, right? For the people who are getting on NoFap and going on these many days or streaks, 14 days, 20 days, 100 days, whatever, it doesn't differentiate between porn and masturbating, and there is a big difference. I don't think either of them are healthy necessarily, but one is definitely much worse, and that would be porn, of course. So it doesn't make it clear that if you could quit porn altogether, that is going to be hugely beneficial. Just try that. Try quitting porn and see how much better your life gets. Because porn is the real evil here. It's unnatural in the sense that for most of human species life, we have not had porn. It's only recently in the span of human history, right? And as far as masturbating goes, though, we've had that since the beginning of time. Self-pleasure has been around since human was created, basically. So there is a big difference to the effects porn has and to the effects masturbation has. And NoFap and the NoFap movement doesn't let you know that there is a difference. I think you need to figure out what in your life is causing you to watch porn every day, to masturbate every day. Once you figure that out, then it becomes clear. Then it becomes easier. Then you feel like you actually are going somewhere in your life, rather than you just quitting porn and masturbating, and then you see that nothing has changed because your life still sucks and you haven't gone deep down to the problem.